Tongue. Tongue is an accessory digestive gland. It is a muscular organ covered by mucous membrane. It is attached to the floor of the buccal cavity. With the help of muscles, and tongue is attached to the hyoid apparatus, thyroid process of temporal bones, and also to the lower jaw. A tongue is made up of two types of muscles. One is extrinsic muscles and second group is intrinsic muscles. Extrinsic muscles rise from outside and inserted into the connective tissue of the tongue. These are called extrinsic muscles. Whereas intrinsic muscles, they are attached inside the tongue into the connective tissue. Extrinsic muscles, they work side to side fashion and help in formation of food bolus. They mix the saliva with the food. They help in chewing and swallowing. Whereas intrinsic muscles, they help in speech as well as swallowing. Let us see the tongue. Tongue is longitudinally divided into two halves with the help of a median septum, and it contains tonsils at the posterior end and also epiglottis, whereas its surface is divided into anterior oral side and posterior pharyngeal side. And the surface of the tongue shows a pimple-like projections. They are called papillae. Papillae are distributed on the surface of the tongue, and they are of different types. A wall-like papillae, they are called valate papillae. Then foliate papillae, fungiform papillae, and filiform papillae. Let us see their distribution on the tongue. First, valate papillae. Valate papillae, they are arranged in the form of V shape. And of all papillae, these are the largest papillae. And nearly 8 to 12 papillae are present. Each papillae contains nearly 100 taste buds. Filiform papillae. These are thread-like papillae and they are arranged in parallel rows on the surface of the tongue, and they are small and more numerous. Generally, filiform papillae are without taste buds. They are acting like touch receptors. So the function of filiform papillae is to move the food into the oral cavity. So filiform papillae are scattered on the surface. They are filamentous-like. Fungiform papillae. They are mushroom-like papillae. They appear as red color spots or dots on the surface of the tongue, and they are distributed among the filiform papillae, and each fungiform papillae contain 5 taste buds. Here these are red colored fungiform papillae. Foliate papillae. They are leaf-like papillae and they appear as small trenches at the base of the tongue. It looks as if they are folded, and generally there are 4 to 5 foldings at the base of the tongue. Generally they are degenerate during childhood. That means they are not well developed in adulthood. Histology of tongue. So tongue is a muscular organ. It is covered by mucous membrane and inside that connective tissue with muscles, and it is supported by muscles, hyoid apparatus, thyroid process of temporal bone. And the margins, if you see at the base of the tongue, lingual tonsils are present in large number. On the base and sides there are palatine tonsils too. Tongue is divided into an anterior part of the oral tongue, a posterior part is pharyngeal tongue. And already we have studied about the different types of papillae. A papilla is a pimple-like projection and it is an extension of lamina propria. And let us see the structure of papilla. So of all 4 types, filiform are not useful for taste perception. So taste can be perceived by only valate papillae, fungiform papillae, and foliate papillae. So let us see the histology of papilla. Each pimple-like projection contains nearly 100 taste buds. Let us see the structure of a taste bud. A taste bud is made up of a connective tissue. It is embedded in a stratified squamous epithelium. And the cells of taste buds are basal cells. They divide to form supporting cells. And supporting cells, they differentiate to form gustatory cells. So a group of 5 to 10 gustatory cells are supported by one supporting cell. And the number of gustatory cells, they decrease according to the age. As man becomes old, the number of gustatory cells also decreases. The lifespan of each gustatory cell is only 10 days. So let us see how we are able to perceive the taste. There are four primary tastes. They are bitter, sour, salt and sweet. Let us see how we are able to perceive salt taste. So when we take the salty food that contains sodium ions and these are attached to the gustatory hair. Gustatory hair is a projection of microvilli of gustatory cells and then they stimulate the gustatory cells and activated gustatory receptors. They produce a neurotransmitter and then activate the primary first order sensory neurons. Then the nerve impulse go to the brain and finally converted into taste perception. Let us see the taste areas on the tongue. In the base of the tongue, this is the area for bitterness. We are able to taste the sourness is located in the margins of the tongue. And taste area of salt and sweet, they are almost overlapping in this part. So all these together called primary tastes. They are sweet, sour, bitter, salty, and recently a fifth taste was discovered by Japanese. It is called Miyami taste. It is nothing but a meaty taste. Gustatory pathway. Gustatory impulse from anterior two-thirds of the tongue are collected by the sensory nerve branch of seventh cranial nerve, that is facial nerve. It receives the sensory impulse from taste buds of anterior part of the tongue. Whereas glossopharyngeal nerve, it is a ninth cranial nerve. It collects the sensory impulse or taste impulse from posterior one-third of the tongue. And whereas vagus nerve, which is 10th cranial nerve, collect the impulse from taste buds located on the epiglottis. From here, impulses are propagated to the gustatory nucleus located in medulla oblongata. From here, the impulses reach the limbic system and then reach hypothalamus. And as we know, these sensory impulses are relayed by thalamus. So thalamus is a relaying center in the brain. So taste signals from thalamus reach the primary gustatory area. This primary gustatory area is located in parietal lobe of the cerebral cortex, where the sensory impulses are converted into taste perception. Deglutition or swallowing. Let us see how we are able to swallow the food material. The process is divided into 6 steps. First one, the tongue elevates, that is called elevation of the tongue. Then the tongue pushes the food material posteriorly, that is called posterior movement of the tongue. Then third one, elevation of soft palate. This allows the free movement of food into the pharynx. And elevation of hyoid apparatus and elevation of larynx, so that epiglottis will close the glottis. Glottis is the opening of larynx. Then finally, the tilting of epiglottis on the glottis that push the food material into the gullet. Gullet is the opening of the esophagus. So, swallowing of food in the buccal cavity is voluntary, whereas in the case of pharyngeal region onwards, it is involuntary. Let us see the functions of the tongue. The tongue helps in the chewing of the food in the buccal cavity. It aids in swallowing the food. It acts as a brush to clean the teeth. It plays an important role in speech. It is an organ of taste.